Hey guys, this is Kenny Omega, and you're listening to the Scrub Club podcast. Goodbye, smooch. Good night. Bang.
This actually just happened this past week. And well, actually, no, was it this past week? No. This happened recently. The NHS chief says that loot boxes are setting kids up for addiction to gambling. The NHS, this is coming from Eurogamer. The NHS mental health boss has said loot boxes are setting kids up for addiction by teaching them to gamble. In a strongly worded statement, the NHS mental health director Claire Murdoch called for a crackdown on gambling addiction risk, and that would involve video game companies banning loot boxes from games children play. The NHS confirmed the opening of a new treatment center in response to growing concerns about addiction to gaming. This sits alongside up to 14 new NHS gambling clinics nationwide designed to address significant mental ill health linked to addiction. And this is talking about the whole loot box fiasco with EA and Bethesda and all that stuff.
Yeah, on one hand, I would take the marijuana route and say correlation is not linked to causality, but on the other hand, I did play Legacy Wars.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna stop you there, because every single time we bring up loot boxes, you're always gonna bring up Power Rangers Legacy Wars.
Because this is good. Okay.
But
okay,
you're not.
Okay, let's use a different example. What about that one kid who got his parents' credit card charged with over $10,000 for Clash of Clans?
See, that's just common sense. Why are you giving your kid a credit card? Just like
no, but that's just it. It's on the parents' phone. They're playing the game.
Right.
But why is your credit card linked to the game? Because like, don't games usually like ask you for permission to use your credit card?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about once we finish up. So Mark said, frankly, no company should be setting kids up for addiction by teaching them to gamble on the content of these loot boxes. No firm should sell the children loot box games with this element of chance. So yes, those sales should end. Young people's health is at stake, and although the NHS is stepping up with these new innovative services available to families through our long-term plan, we cannot do this alone. So other parts of society must do what they can do to limit risk and safeguard children's well-beings. I'm gonna stop right there, because the rest of it is just recapping everything that's happening with loot boxes and all that stuff. I'm gonna go first real quick. Okay, I appreciate I want to say this right now. I appreciate the NHS for stating the fact that because again, in my opinion, if it's not an expansion pack, if it's not like just skins or anything like that, or even booster packs to a certain extent, if you are telling me that games need to have more loot boxes, then you are freaking insane. And in case you guys don't know, the NHS is the National Health Service. So while I appreciate them saying that, loot box, that gaming companies should get rid of loot boxes altogether in some of their games, and even though we gotta agree to disagree, because I have no problem if it's like skins like Apex Legends, like Apex.
No, I agree. But
clinics though, I think is a little too much.
It's just that for me, like, I'm trying to like look at things from both sides of the perspective. It would be doing a disservice to me as a critical thinker if I didn't try to do that. And the thing is, and again, case by case basis, because like people used to say, oh, marijuana is a gateway drug to like the crack and cocaine and whatnot, and like that wasn't always the case. There would be like outliers who did, but that wasn't the case. But the thing is, I think the bigger issue when it comes to kids with loot boxes and gambling is that sometimes kids just don't understand the repercussions of constantly buying loot boxes over and over again, because like sometimes to a kid, they don't understand the value of $1 or how hard it is to earn $1, or like that a credit card isn't just a plastic magic, like piece of magic plastic where like you get stuff for free. There's repercussions to these things. And like a lot of people like gamble this way with student loans, and like they end up going to debt for like 50 years, 30 to 50 years, And heck, I have to pull out a student loan for grad school because my classes are like $2,000 a month for 2 years, and that's rough, especially considering my financial.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there was a point where I was addicted to trying to get all the materials for like that sort of stuff. And the thing is, it's even worse in Legacy Wars than it is for Overwatch. And I use these two examples because these are games I've actually played. Because in what's it called, in Overwatch, it's like worst case scenario, you just gotta wait a whole year for those skins to come back. But the thing is, you don't need them to win. Like, they don't affect the gameplay. They're strictly cosmetic. But when it comes to a game like Legacy War, it's like, it really is pay to win, because like those legendary rare rangers are more like, they are stronger at level 1 than most other
level 2.
Yeah, at level 5. Like level 1.
I get
Jason from Gold Ranger is the equivalent of level 5 Tommy White Ranger.
All right.
Yeah.
Overall, though, I would say this, like, I think the clinics part is a little too much. Don't get me wrong. I understand that you don't want your kid to get addicted. Here's my thing. Parents, I'm saying this very nice. I am not trying to come out dickish, but parents, parents out there, y'all need to take more charge on what your kids play. Like, if you have a problem with your kid playing GTA or Call of Duty or Rainbow Six or any of those games, take their controller away from them. Take their gaming console away, because obviously they're addicted to it. There's a problem. Now, if it's something where if you're playing like a Street Fighter or a Smash, then I don't think you should take the game console away from your child. But clearly, I'm saying this because, once again, we don't need these freaking clinics. Parents, y'all need to take more responsibility on what your kids do.
Yeah,
okay?
like that whole Burger King ball thing. Like, I still blame this on the parents, not on Burger King or Pokemon. Heck, they didn't even blame Burger King. They blamed Pokemon, the company, not on Burger King, the people who make those Pokeball toys. But in the end, it's still a parent's fault that those kids suffocate against those Pokeballs.
But yeah.